Good afternoon, beekeepers and bee enthusiasts. How you doing? It's another great day at the farm. And it is fall, and of course we know in the fall it is time for honey extraction. So we're going to be going to all of our hives today. It's going to be a great video. You're going to love it. We're going to be going to the hives. We're going to be pulling out the excess frames that the bees don't need for winterization, and basically pulling those frames, putting them in this beautiful honey press. We love this honey press. It's really nice. And basically pressing out the honey, and this honey is going to be delicious. We can't wait to get it, and it's something we definitely look forward to all year. So we thank you for being patient with us lately. Our farm is currently under construction. We've got a lot going on, as you can kind of see all around me. There's a lot of stuff going on at the farm, but we're so glad to get back at you with another video. We know you're going to love this video today. Honey extraction is definitely probably one of my favorite parts of the year. Getting in there and seeing the bees and getting the honey out, it's a wonderful time, and so we're very excited about that. So without further ado, let's get to it. Okay, so our first stop today is the Forestry Hive. Forestry Hive has done really good this season. In fact, they actually did better than what we thought they would do, because partway through the season, before we could expand them and add a bunch of frames, they actually filled the empty space full of comb and put honey in that comb. So what has to happen now is I'm going to open up the top. I'm going to basically pull out the divider board and then take out the comb that's in the empty space, and then take out any frames we need to. But yeah, they've been a really good hive, so let's get to it. Okay, so we got some comb. It looks like it did have honey in it, but it looks like they've kind of emptied it now, so that's good. But what I'm going to start by doing is I'm going to give them a little bit of smoke. Okay. So we've got some honey on this comb. Let me give them a hive full. You can see I've got kind of a container over here that I'm putting this comb in. When you're going through these hives and you're taking comb out, you don't want to leave honeycomb just sitting out in the open, because if you do, other bees could come from other hives, and basically you could get a robbing frenzy going. So you don't want to do that. Wow. That's pretty nice. Look at all that. That's all honey. All right, 2 more frames and forestry will be good to go. Very strong colony. Wow, that is heavy. Look at that. Whew. Okay, this one's not filled all the way out. I think I'm gonna leave this for the bees. I think we're gonna leave that for the bees. I think that's the good call right there. If it was all the way filled and the next frame was all the way filled, I'd take it, but I think we're just gonna leave that for the bees. All right, so that's about it for Forestry Hive. A lesson to be learned, you know, just make sure you expand your hives on time, because if you don't, then you can get a lot of comb in the empty space. It just makes it a lot more work. So, you know, it's all good. But they're looking really good. Love the way these bees look. They're very populated and they have a lot of honey. So I expect them to do really good this season. So let's go ahead and head over to the next hive. Okay, so now we are at the Hydrangea Hive. That last hive was a little hectic, but you know, the rest of the hive should be fine. There shouldn't be any loose comb or anything like that. So it should be pretty easy. This Hydrangea Hive is my mom's hive. She's very proud of it. I built it for her, I think on Mother's Day or something like that. I can't remember. But she's very happy about this hive. So the swarm has been, we caught the swarm this year, and of course we caught the swarm inside the hive, which made it super easy. So let's just go right in there and see what we can find. Okay, so I had a little bit of trouble getting that frame out. Oh wow, look at that. A lot of honey, not a lot of bees though. Okay, there they are. I was like, where are the bees at? Wow. That is beautiful. Okay, I'm thinking like one more frame. And you know, I've iterated this in prior videos too. When you're going through these colonies in the wintertime or in the fall, you want to get your honey, but you don't want to take too much that they can't survive over the winter. So generally about 7 frames in the Layens hive is sufficient. If there's full honey on the comb, that is. Okay. There's not full honey on this comb. I'm gonna leave these bees the way they are. Take these frames out. These frames are just empty comb. They got started on it, but they never were able to finish it. That's okay. Okay, so just gonna put this divider board in, separate the hive, and that should be good. Cool. Okay, so we're at the SecureAcresNaturalBees hive. This is a beautiful hive. It's a 19 frame. The colony basically moved into this hive when we set the hive out. We didn't hang them up in a tree or anything like that. We just put the hive here and we baited it, and we had a colony move in, and that was really cool. They've done good pretty much all season. So let's get right in. Let's see how they're doing. Okay, so I'm not seeing any honey on these first 4 frames. And that can happen sometimes. Sometimes you can open up your hive and you just don't have a lot of honey. It's just part of it. Okay, so why don't you come around here and take a look at this, and I'm going to kind of explain what's going on here. We've got 7 frames here. It looks like the bees do have honey all throughout here. However, this is only 7 frames, so I'm not going to take any of this honey. We're going to leave them on this. I think they've got enough to survive the winter. They should be good. Fortunately, they couldn't get any additional frames filled out, but this should be enough for them to survive over the winter. So we're going to close these up, and yeah, they'll be good to go. Okay, so now we're at the Fort Campbell hive. Now this has been a very strong hive. Got them last year. They wintered fine. They did fine this year. A little bit aggressive, not like chasing you away aggressive, but definitely if you come around, they're gonna buzz you a little bit. When I've gone into this hive, they've been a little aggressive, but I'm hoping now that it's the fall and the bees are kind of getting ready for winter, they're gonna be kind of calm. We'll find out. Anyway, let's just open it up and take a look. There's some bumblebees got on top there. Okay, so once again, seeing quite a few empty frames. And you know, with these, I mentioned this earlier, but these 19 frame hives, we just don't get them filled out as much as our 14 frame hives. I don't know what it is, but it's like the bees, I don't know. I mean, 19 frames are nice. They're big hives, but they don't always fill, and you get a lot of empty frames like this. That can definitely happen. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so come over here and take a look. We've got 8 frames here, but as you can see, the 8th frame is not filled out very much. It's got a little honey right around here, but this is not something I would take out of a hive, because if you're going to be taking the 8th frame out, which is this frame, you want it to be full of honey, and you want the 7th frame to be full of honey, but this is just barely full. So we're not going to be taking this frame out. So, but that's okay, because you know what? It's not about the honey, it's about the bees. And that's what we're here to do. We're here to help the bees. Honey is it's nice. We love honey, and we drink it with our coffee almost every evening. But we're here for the bees, and you know, we're going to do what we got to do to make sure they've got sufficient storage for the winter so they can make it through and they can be good to go. So let's go ahead and close this hive up, and then we'll head over to Welcome Hive. Okay, so now we're at the Welcome Hive. Now, a little bit about the Welcome Hive. We've had this colony, or at least the bees have been here since 2019. Now they've changed queens since then, but we've had a colony in this hive since 2019. They've been doing great. They always survive every winter, but they never have honey for us at all. And that's fine. We're okay with that. But it's like every year we go in, it's like we don't get anything. But we'll see. This is number 3, so we're gonna see what we can find. It's a really good colony. Definitely happen to have them. So let's crack open this top and see what we can find. The Welcome Hive, kind of like the Campbell Hive, which is our oldest hives on the farm. They're a little aggressive, a little bit more aggressive, not as aggressive as the Campbell Hive, but it's led us to believe that perhaps in our local area, maybe the natural genetics of the area is just a little bit more aggressive. And I've mentioned this before, having aggressive bees is not necessarily a bad thing, because aggressive bees tend to be more hardy against disease. Docile bees tend to be more susceptible. So aggressive bees aren't necessarily a bad thing. Lots of comb, not a lot of honey. That's okay. We do have some honey on this frame. Get my brush here. You're probably, if you're new to our honey extraction or new to us going into hives, you're probably seeing a little beetle here or two, and those are just hive beetles, which every hive has hive beetles, and it's just part of the colony's ecosystem. Believe it or not, it's not just honeybees that live in a beehive. It's all kinds of interesting things.
And that's just natural. That's just kind of part of it. Ain't got me. So it looks like we're actually going to get some honey from the welcome hive this year, which is great. And this looks like some good honey. Let's see, how many frames are we working with? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we'll probably take this one out too. And these bees are actually being pretty nice. I noticed bees tend to be a little bit more docile in the fall than they are in the spring or the summer. I don't know if there's a science behind that, and if you know, leave a comment and let us know. But it definitely seems like they're more docile in the fall. It's a lot of honey, very heavy frame. Just so you know, a full Layens frame that's full of honey like this is, it's about 10 pounds of honey. So, you know, we've gotten about, I don't know, 6 or 7 full frames so far this year. Which means, I don't know, I mean, we could definitely have about 70 pounds of honey. And this honey is just, I mean, it's just beautiful. I mean, look at that. It's very nice. Okay. I think we could take out this 8th frame here because it's full. Got my brush. Okay, whew. Well, that was easy, and we finally got some honey from welcome hive, so we're very excited about that. They got a lot of honey still stored in this hive. They should be good to go. Yeah, this hive looks really good. Very happy about that. And that's the last hive. We're very excited. Well, let's head back to the kitchen and let's extract some honey.
Okay, so we just finished getting all the frames from all the hives, so now it's time to do the extraction, or where we basically cut out pieces of honeycomb. As you can see, this beautiful frame right here is very good looking honey, and we definitely like the look of that. This is some grade A quality stuff, really good stuff. You know, we don't use chemicals in our hives. We let the bees do what the bees do, and they give us a very fine quality product like this. So we're going to show you how we use this honey press. Basically, I'm going to cut out pieces of this frame, and I'm going to stick them into the honey press. We're going to get a bunch of comb in there, and then we're going to press it. It'll be cool, so let's get to it. Look at that.
Mm-hmm.
It's beautiful. Sticky business. You might hear Audrey in the background. That's really good stuff. Look at that. It's beautiful. Has some really good looking honey. All right, let me go grab another frame.
Mm-hmm.
Can't wait to use this press. I like this press because it's like, you might think it's a little messy. It's really not. Not compared to like an extractor. I mean, I guess they have their pros and cons, but the press is very easy. It's very easy to clean. I really enjoy this way best, to be perfectly honest. Wow. I can't wait to get that into some coffee. Okay, so I think we're ready to use our press.
So explain how there's going to be some wax, but we'll filter.
Yeah, so of course when you press wax, or when you press comb, there's definitely going to be a little piece of wax. They're not bad for you at all. It's actually really good. But we'll run this honey through a filter or two after this and basically get those wax pieces out so the honey is just clear. But of course, if you want, or if people, when people buy honey from us, they also buy the combed honey. Some people just like to see their honey with comb. So, yeah, we definitely give honey to those people too. So they enjoy it either way. Oh, I gotta get some gloves. Sorry. How you doing, man?
Okay.
Good. Okay, so that's pretty much our extraction process. Now, we've got a lot of frames to press, so this definitely isn't the end of it. We just want to show you 2 frames and show you that beautiful honey so you can see how it is off the comb. So we'll press it. We won't press all the comb because some people do like to eat combed honey like we said earlier, so we'll save some of that for that. But other than that, we're going to keep pressing. We hope you enjoyed this video. It's been a great day today. We didn't get a single sting, so that was really good. So until next time, we'll see you soon. Whew.